Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about your candidates, the people running to represent you in this election. And we're going to talk about how you can find out the information you want to know about them. Over the last, I don't know, week, maybe two, I have gotten just inundated with questions about various candidates and various races. Where do these candidates stand on X issue? How did this incumbent vote on these bills? Who funds this candidate? So on and so forth. Enough to where if I was just to sit down and answer the questions, I'd have like 2, maybe 3 weeks worth of videos. And think about how many I put out a day. So, rather than do that, what we're going to do is talk about how you can pull that information yourself, because you really only need 3 sites. And these sites, not just do they work for general elections, they also work for the primaries, which is where most of y'all have indicated a desire for more choices. Those choices are there, but they're in the primary, and a lot of times you don't know who to vote for. This will provide you with that information. These are the tools to get the information you want. Okay, so the first site, and all of these will be linked down in the description. The first site is Ballotpedia, like Wikipedia, but not. Ballotpedia. This site probably has the most expansive library of information. It is also the most complicated to use. The site design it's a little dated. The one thing you need to know right off the bat is that there are navigation bars on both sides of the screen, not just one. So be aware of that. But this site, it has a sample ballot. If you put in your zip code, I think, it will give you a sample ballot. So you will know the names of all of the candidates that are trying to catch your vote. It sends out a survey to candidates asking them where they stand on various issues. It tracks federal, state, and even some local elections. It is just volumes of information. It takes some time to get accustomed to moving around on it. But once you do that, you can get pretty much whatever information you want from there. Another one is called Vote Smart. Okay. This has a bunch of information as well, but I tend to just use it to pull candidates' voting records. If you want to know how an incumbent voted, this is the easiest place to find it. When you go there, there's a search bar. Type in the name of the candidate, click the candidate's name and picture, then it will pull up down below. There'll be like file icons. One will be for bio, one will be about funding, and one will be voting record. You click on that, it tells you how that candidate voted on various bills. I'm sure that information is available over on Ballotpedia. It just seems way easier to get to on Vote Smart. I think it also gives you excerpts from some of their speeches as well. Okay, and then the last one is Open Secrets. I have talked about this one before because it's an important one. This one is who owns your candidate. The money. It tracks all of the money, and I mean all of it. It does a really good job of putting all of that information into something that is digestible. The one thing you have to note is you have to read all of the notes. When you type in a candidate, it will give you a bunch of information. At the bottom of each little chart, sometimes there's a note. Make sure you read it. Because you could type in, Jack Johnson or John Jackson, whoever the candidate is, and it'll pop up and say, Mom Corp donated $1 billion. But the note says that, well, it's really not Mom Corp that did it, it's the employees, because it tracks it down to that level, but it simplifies it when it provides it to you. So, with those 3 websites, you can get any information you want that is relevant to figuring out the candidates' positions, their record, their bio, their speeches, who is donating to get them to vote various ways. It's all there. And those are the 3 websites you need. Again, this is important during the primaries as well, because it can help you find the candidates that a lot of you want. You know, when you talk about the candidates that you have to vote for, you're like, I really don't like either of these people, you know. The selection process in the primary is where you can introduce candidates that are, for most of the people watching this, more progressive. That's what most of you want. And you can find that information, and you can help move your party along. But the information's out there, relatively easy to get to most times. But all of these will be linked below. Check them out, bookmark them, so you have them and you can answer the questions yourself. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.